November the 17th, 2014. This is CISG114, Section 2, Web Technology and Live. Today is day number 25 in the week number 13. So let's get started. Welcome back. Today it's the day number 25. As I mentioned, week number 13, that means 2 more weeks to go. And if we add into it the makeup week, it's 3 more weeks to go. And I'm glad to tell you today we have one student who would like to do the in-class forum, and that is CC. I'm going to pass the time to CC today. It's a team. Okay, it's a team number 2. Okay, it's team number 2, not just one student. Okay, so I'm going to pass the time to them after my introductions. Now, week number 13, I have given you a teacher's message which try to give you some more information on how you can work out a score you earn in the semester. If you look at this teacher's message, we have finished grading the first 2 learning contracts, and I'm getting the 3rd learning contract done by the end of this week. And so for the first 2 learning contracts, the breakup of the score is like this. And for each of the 2 learning contracts, the war score is 64 points. And for each of these contracts, after converting the 64 points into 10%, you have 20% of the semester score workout. Okay? And for the 3rd learning contract is a little bit involved. You can see that you have submitted 9 individual items, but the 10th item is basically your team collaborations working. If you look at the score allocations per item, you can see that the last item will give you 24 points altogether. I'll go to your team collaborations working and look at your work there, and it will determine how many points out of 24 points you're going to get. And then altogether, you should got 100 points for this learning contract, and this 100 points will be converted into another 10%, so it's 30% altogether for the free learning contract. As I promised, you're going to tell me which learning contract out of the free learning contract you want to get full score, and then I will use that as the basis to calculate your contract score. I'm going to set up the link in next week's environment so that you can tell me which learning contract you want to receive full score. Okay? So if you look at that, the amount of work in the free learning contract are numerous, but the score is just 1/3 of the semesters. For the other, okay, midterm exam, it's 15%. The midterm exam is going to give you 15% based on a 36 point score, 4 points for your journal, 12 points for your discussions record, and 20 points for your blog. Okay? And after that, you got the 45 points, and we go to the learn-to-learn activities, which you have to indicate in your learning portfolio with a specific link to that particular page. And here, in order to earn that 15%, you must have 10 specific journal, 10 sets of OIA, 1 per topic in the first 10 weeks. And then for 5 specific block, which is done for 5 out of the 10 journals in that particular first 10 weeks. Actually, you're also obliged to write 1 reflection at the end of each of the free learning contract, 1 reflective paragraph, not more than 500 words, which will wrap up your experience in learning for the free learning contract. The first, inquiry-based learning; 2nd, self-work-related learning; and the 3rd, problem-based learning. Well, mostly these are done already in your respective learning contract. So, and also the in-class participations activity will give you 20 points of the 100 final score. You also need to indicate this record in your learning portfolio. Okay, if you have 10 specific records of in-class participations, each record I'm going to give you 2 points, so you're going to earn up to 20 points. If you have fewer than 10 records, you can earn up to at least 10 points. Then it's the bonus work. The bonus work will give you another 10% of the final 100% score. What you need to do is you have to conduct 1 in-class forum with a 30-minute slot in class in this week, next week, or the very last week of the semester. And you need to register your in-class forum participations using Dr. Webb's Q&A hotline on a particular week, preferably 1 week before your in-class forum. And you also need to send to the whole class a message using a public discussion forum with all the necessary resources you believe are important. At least you must have a PowerPoint, just like what team number 2 has done today. And then you need to use the 30 minutes time given to you and the host, the in-class discussions on the topic of interest. And this is your learning score distributed by the syllabus, okay? And we call this Plan A. You have 10% per learning contract, 20% for the learning portfolio, 15% for the learn-to-learn activity, and 15% for the midterm, and 20% for final means the in-class participations, okay? And what we have here is what we call the Plan A, okay? As you can see, Plan A, the 20% has already replaced the final examinations. And then we have Plan B, that we switch from 20% here to 10%, and we increment the 20% of learning portfolio from 20 to 30%. So you need to make up your own mind, Plan A or Plan B, and once you got your mind set, next week you will see in our weekly environment this particular link and called Choosing My Assessment Scheme Plan A or Plan B, and you need to tell me your decisions, okay, before December the 10th. And also we have a learning contract number 3 question is still up until 11:55 today. And if you want to earn the 4-point bonus point, which is equivalent to 1 general score, you need to complete this questionnaire and leave me a message in this with Dr. Webb's Q&A hotline. And then I'm going to give you the bonus score, all right? So this is my brief recap on the semester's work, and I hope that this was concise enough for you to work out your score. What I need to do now is to concentrate on getting the grading done before this week and before next week, so that before the end of the semester you know what decisions to make. Now I'm going to give you 5 to 10 minutes time to prepare yourself, and then I'm going to give a time to this team after 5 to 10 minutes, okay? And of course, if you have a question, you can ask me. It's very exciting to come to the end of the semester. To make it easy for you to register for the in-class forum, which is the bonus work, I could minimize the time for you to inform me 1 class before. In other words, if you want to do it on first day, you need to register today and also send to the whole class the messages and the resources to get in touch with your discussions. 1 class before will be good enough. I will pass the time to team number 2, the in-class forum close today in about 10 minutes. I'm going to pass the microphone to them at 11:50. Very good. You got 4 more minutes to get yourself on set. I know that three more teams is going to work on first day. Okay, 2 more teams on first day. So it's going to be attractive. All right. So are you going to do it?
你做唔做啊？唔做已經 class four 啦，做 bonus 唔係其實係做class four要 facilitate 成個 class discuss 兩條問題，你要俾足夠嘅資源我哋嘅啲先合作，你嘅係同埋你嗰啲PowerPoint或者 meetings，咁我先可以同你討論。你唔講 bonus 話，呢個 bonus 好直接話你哋諗，要掌握時間，因為最遲咧就係呢個11號嗰時。其實理論上今個星期下個星期最緊要，最好就係下個星期做咗先。
As a teacher, I really hope that every team is going to do it, if not every person's. Okay, I'm going to pass the time to team number 2. CC, you are in charge now, so you can flip it to the public discussion forum. It's already, so you have 2 mics. It's very good. We have team number 2 today.
Cyberbullying. First of all, we have a brief introduction about what is cyberbullying. Cyberbullying is using the internet, electronic technology such as cell phones, computers, or as well as communication tools, including social media sites, text message chat, intend to hurt or embarrass, threaten, and other person. And here have a video, more details about it.
pictures. After that, I will want to talk about the way to deal with the cyberbullying. First of all, let me share a short movie to talk about how to deal with the cyberbullying.
Your first 5 minutes is almost up, so you need to proceed to get the questions out.
The first question is about that. Do you have any experience of cyberbullying, and what is your way to deal with cyberbullying? And we will have 5 minutes to discussion about that. Do you have any opinions about how to deal with cyberbullying?
When they raise the hand, you pass the microphone. You need to pass the microphone.
I haven't experienced cyberbullying, but in my opinion, I think the proper way to deal with this is to keep calm. You cannot be so excited, or although you will feel depressed, but you need to solve the problems in an optimistic way. It means you can tell your friends and find help from the others, or to tell the counselors or your teachers that everyone can help you, to tell them what's happening with you. And I think the first step to do is to delete all the friends that cyberbullying you online. Yes.
Yes.
I actually did experience cyberbullying, but not to an extent that's very bad, but I did witness it. It was through Facebook. They had a page and then they added friends and stuff, and they made it anonymous. And what happens is they put people's secrets or anything like that. They would post it on the forum, on the page, and then they would just say bad stuff about other people and call each other names and stuff. In my opinion, through what I've experienced, staying calm is a good thing, but it's rather a hard thing to do because it's just like out there and everyone knows what you are, and they have like a perspective of you which you're not. And so to me, what I would do is probably just stay out of internet for a month until everything is calmed down.
Thank you. Yes.
Well, I think we need to try our best to learn more computer knowledge. We need to improve our skill to overcome this computer bullying.
Thank you.
Well, actually, I think we don't have to take it serious, cyberbullying, because we don't have to suppose everyone will agree our opinions, because everyone is different, right? We have different ideas. We don't have to take it serious to what other criticize us, right?
Okay. Any response from the other side?
And anyone want to share your opinion? If no one, then I would make to have a conclusion about this question.
Well, to beat the cyberbullying, some classmates might say that it's a good way to keep calm and to ask for teachers or friends help, or you may just stay out of the bullying and just block it. And also others will have the other different opinions that just don't take it seriously, and it's different ideas from different person. And so let's move to the next questions. That is human research engineering.
And after that, I want to talk about human first search engine. And let me use a case to talk about human first search engine. And you can see a picture. And this case about two Hong Kong ladies and who go to language farm and want to drink or have fun, something like that. Then these two Hong Kong ladies and corrupt with two European and to check on to make fun on to this guy, this Asian, and then some of the people feel very angry of these two Hong Kong ladies because they think that is humiliations of Asians, and then some of the network used I think maybe golden guys, and they use human first search engine to find these two ladies personal informations. such as their name, their pictures, their living place, their age, something like that. And the question is that, do you think human flash search agent is a kind of cyberbullying? And then, do you support the human flash search engine or not, and why?
I think it must be a cyberbullying account. Yeah, because it discloses people's privacy, right, intentionally. But let's say, but the one who want to show, who want to disclose their privacy, right? No one wants to.
And they think that the law is not enough to because the law, yeah, so they want to punish those ladies. So okay,
So the law is not enough to deal with this kind of problem. Law. So it sounds the only way is to enhance the law to deal with this kind of problem, right? Fresh search engine, human fresh search engine. But it's hard because internet is very, how to say, big. Internet is very big. It's hard to locate the one who is doing this kind of cyberbullying.
I think human flash research engine is a kind of cyberbullying because we all have the personal information privacy. We need to show our respect to others' privacy. It is break the law if we attack others' information privacy. So although the law nowadays is not enough to deal with the human flash research engine, but we can make the law better, and maybe in the future, someone who attack others in this way is published, and it is against the law.
What is your opinion?
I think that is not good in the question too. Because I'm thinking about is the human secret. It should not be to have this passion. How?
Hi.
I think human flash search engine is a kind of cyberbullying because it offend others' privacy. I don't support it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, after that, then I will go ready to do the conclusion.
find out the person but not put their private information on the internet, but just send it to the relevant institution or relevant office under the laws, so that you can not only protect one's privacy but also to achieve the purpose to find out the person, because she or he might really do something illegal. And and that's the end of our class discussion.
Thank you very much. I think you did a very good job. Sometimes it's not easy to get feedback immediately from your fellow students for questions that they might not be very familiar with or interested in. And it's a very good experience that we could have this kind of practical hosting experience for discussions in class. All right, we're looking forward to 2 more in-class forum this Thursday. In the meantime, if you could, please update your post here with the video links. And you have some here, so the whole class will understand some resources. For the other 2 teams who are going to do the in-class forum, would you please also send our message like this to the whole class using this week's public discussion forum? In the message, you can tell the whole class the general question you want to get them in touch and some of the resources you want them to read it beforehand, or some video you want them to be informed. That's a very challenging way to get it done in 30 minutes. Sometimes you need to pass the microphone, get the willingness of your fellow student to talk. Yes, thank you very much. All right. Any feedback to cyberbullying? Do you remember somewhere in the videos here, we do have a specific documentary, I guess, in the 2nd or 3rd week called Growing Up Online. That is a very interesting documentary which talks a lot more about cyberbullying. Yeah, let's see. Yeah. The 3 very important documentaries here, particularly this one, talks a lot about the cyberbullying, which leads to quite a large number of teenagers committing suicides in the United States because they do not know how to handle it. All right, so it's very interesting. And then I like the idea, I cannot say I like the idea, but I appreciate that you use the idea of human fresh search engine. Okay, how much do you know about this? Human fresh search engine. In Hong Kong, even the police would rely on some assistance of this kind to look up potential criminals. And particularly speaking, over this 40 and 50 days of the students' movement in Hong Kong. All right, so let's have another 5 minutes break and give you some kind of, have you changed your mind yet? Do you want to do this kind of in-class forum? Okay? All right. All right. Oh, sure. Yeah, thank you for reminding me. I need to take attendance first. Richards, yes. Ben, yes. Ken, thank you. Team, thank you. Hugh, thank you. Cindy, thank you. Equally, thank you. Emily, yes. Ziho, thank you. Selena, yes. Stanley, thank you. Margaret's not here today. Carly, yes. yes, is here. Vicky, yes. Kathy, thank you. Then Cindy, thank you. Junior, yes. Jack, yes. Benson, yes. Charlotte, yes. Anderson is not here today. Karim, not here today. Thank you very much. If not, now let me move on to here to give you another very quick review on where we are. Now this is week 13, okay? We're still in the middle of our learning portfolio. The theme behind this is integrated learning. So last week we've given you information to build up your e-portfolio through the Google sites in very systematic lanes. This is just something which is outside of your Moodle environment. And today, Wednesday this week, we're giving you similar resources but using the WordPress. Okay, but in the meantime, I want to show you a little bit on the movement of e-portfolio. Because you might need someone to reinforcement.
I get a lot of reaction from my portfolio because I have a lot of stuff on it, and they're usually like, "Wow, you've done this amount of stuff! Oh my God, this is crazy!" And I like that reaction because it shows that you're productive and awesome.
It's really important in the education major's journey. It's not enough to just graduate with a degree unless you can articulate exactly what you're taking with you. And the e-portfolio gives students an opportunity to do just that.
The e-portfolio here at LaGuardia is used to collect your work, reflect on it, and just to have it in a central place where you can find everything.
Helps them learn about who they are, learn about what they can do, focus on their growth as a student, and then present that work to outside audiences.
An e-portfolio is basically a place where you can show all your work in various different classes that you take throughout your entire college career. So you would upload either your best work or all your work, depending on what you want to show or what you want physically on the internet. You're able to have sort of this website that introduces who you are, what your goals are, what you would like to do with your life, and how you intend to do that in terms of your educational career.
The very most exciting thing is seeing students come into the education capstone without very much experience on reading, working, almost everything, including the writing, and seeing them leave with the highest degree of confidence that we would ever expect.
A good education e-portfolio should have things that have to do with the AP standards, reflections on their courses, also plans that they have for students, like syllabuses that they're planning on doing in one of their particular classes. So that's a good help for people that are planning to employ them because they see exactly what their standards are.
They also use it to share that work with other students, to give feedback on it, to look at multiple drafts of work, to collaborate with other students and create joint projects together, and then to see the connections, to examine the connections between what they did in one course and what they're doing in another course. More and more colleges in the New York area are now interested in using portfolios, considering that as a way to evaluate, is this a student that we would like to take as part of our bachelor's degree program?
It allows someone to get to know who you are because you have a personal statement on there. You have your stated goals on there as well, so they know where you want to go with your career, and they also see the work that you've done and how productive you've been.
When the education major leaves the education capstone with an e-portfolio that's fully developed, I really get to see what that student knows and what that student is taking with them to the next level, which is usually the senior college.
I've showed my e-portfolio to the director of the CC Top program at New York University, which was a scholarship program that I was trying to get into. I went to the interview not even expecting to show her the portfolio, and when we started talking about my work and what I was passionate about, I immediately thought of the e-portfolio, and I said, you know, you should check this out. I gave her the link, and she absolutely loved it because it gave her sort of a holistic picture of who I was, what I was interested in terms of my career, in terms of my extracurricular activities, and also how well I did my work.
I often say that in my course, it's not the grades that count, it's what students take with them and what they can acknowledge in terms of their own learning.
So I'm able to go back to my portfolio and look at something that I did in one of my freshman classes and see how my perspective on life and how my perspective on education has changed so drastically now that I'm a senior. So I think that's extremely helpful, and it really puts your education in perspective and how much, you know, going to college really changes you.
Where this is a very good example of what the community colleges in the US have been doing to get the students into very famous and competitive universities. What they're doing is actually they're getting the students ready for the e-portfolio movement, and everybody is so much equipped to get into college. So when you want to get into a US university, normally today, if you have an e-portfolio, it's so much facilitated. If you don't, it's very hard to compete with those local students. They have been building up this portfolio for years. Fortunately, for those of you who live in the RC, you need to build up your e-portfolio now in 1 hour, and that is a very good thing to do. And so, in this course, we help to build up the artifacts for you, and then you can move the artifacts from the wiki-based portfolio from this course to your Mahara portfolio in your personal space. Okay, so I hope that you can make the best use of that. All right, let me check. Okay, let me check. This is week number 13. So we got the first one, 8 counts, second one, okay, 2 what? 2 6. Check. Where's the groups? Last weeks? Okay. All right. You see, my computer is very slow. To week number 13. Yes, copy this to week number 13. Yes. All right. If you have nothing more to talk about today and get ready for your first day's in-class forum, what's the topic? What's the topic? Okay, that's good. What's your topic? What's the topic? Okay, that's great. 2 great topics. And one more thing, tonight at 11:55 is the last day and time for the complete learning contract number 3's questionnaire. You want to earn the bonus 1 of 4, which is equivalent to 1 journal's record. Please complete the questionnaire, submit your message and documents online. Last week or this week, that would be great. Alright, that's it for today. CISG 114, Section 2, Web Technology and Life. Until this first day, stay in tune.